So I guess what happened in the race? I mean, it looked like you kind of hung with Galen and Shadrach for a little bit.
Yes.
And you rolled out.
Yes, which I did, and to me it was a fault of the way I ran. But then again, when I looked at that's a fault right now when I looked at it. But at that point, it was the best decision that I was making, just to make sure that I'm staying with Galen Rupp and Shadrach. Because you know what, I knew I was running with the 10,000 meter runners. Ben True was still behind there. We still have Hassan Mead and other guys, and so I thought that's the best decision to do, and that was the thing that I said I'm going to go with the two guys. But then again, when Kalen was moving that fast, it seems to me that I overcommitted, because that is when it was 13 laps when Kalen was starting to take it. So I overcommitted, but then only to realize the guys that I was worried about were also feeling the heat and tired like the way I did, and so I dropped out just to conserve a little bit for the 5,000 meters, and because I knew already that those guys were going to collect me. But then, you know what, we never know what would have happened, but I'm not going to go back that way. I'm the guy that looks forward, and the look forward is on 4th, I'm going to come back, run the 5,000 meters, qualify. That's what I promised my son, and I'm done crying, seeing the way I dropped out. It seemed like I let down the guys people that have been following me and people that have been supporting me. But in a way, I'm going to try to do something again on Monday, the 4th.
Were you planning to run the 5 before this race?
You know what? I was planning to run the 5 even after if I was to make the team. I was still going to run the 5.
Yes. Do you feel like you conserved enough energy?
I did. Yes. All I have to do is just get the treatment. Rest. I have my family with me, so there's no stress.
If you were,
it was 7.5 exactly, because they showed us 8, and then I ran just only the other 200 meters.
You dropped out of the pre-classic grade, and how's your training been since then? How have things been going?
Training has been good. I was sick during the pre-classic, but I'm not sick now. I'm good, and the thing is, it was just only, it's not the heat, but basically Kalen, gave it to us. That's what I want to say.
If you were 8 years younger, would you have continued and just tried to hang with them? Is this a consequence of racing smarter too?
You run smart. You try not to look like to race too much, but at the other, but when you get an opportunity, you have to do the best you can. I was disappointed at pre because I was sick, and I wanted to kind of show that I still have the speed to be able to run the 5K, 10K like today, but I didn't. But we have done a good training in Tucson, which I think is going to translate well on in the 5,000 meters.
So what is your strategy for the 5?
My strategy is right now just go rest. There's no more training. Get treatment. Make sure everything is good. Adjustments and all that stuff with the chiropractors that are amazing over here. And guess what? I'll be back.
When Galen first made that first move, you didn't go with it. What made you decide to go with the second one?
Because the thing is, he made that second one, and I knew that was the one that he had been told to do, and that was the one that he was going to hold all the way until the end of the race. And to me, I was like, now we have two guys ahead of me. I'm not going to play another game. I'm going to go with them. But then again, I think I overcommitted.
Do you think he'll come back for the 5? And if he makes it in all 3, are you going to try to convince him not to do the 5 so there'll be an extra spot for somebody?
No, I would like him to come because he's a strong athlete, and yeah, guess what? It would be really nice because he's going to have fans cheering all of us because he's a hometown boy. So I like to see him compete if he wants to run the 5K. But that will show you that he's the strongest athlete right now. And the thing is, the way he won that 10,000 meters leading from the front, he's really strong.
What was your motivation for coming back and trying to make this final Olympics race?
Yeah, my motivation is basically to try to see if I can do the 5th one. And I've been telling my kids, hey, Daddy's going to make the 5th Olympics. And we've been believing in it, we've been training for it, we've been basically walking knowing that we're going to make it. And so I still have another chance.
So there was never any doubt in your mind after the last one that you would come back for this one?
Oh, there was no doubt at all. In fact, if anything, I knew that I was not going to run any other World Indoor Championships when I ran in Sopa. But then you know what? I trained so well, I ran great, and guess what? I came back to do another one. But the Olympics is the one that I planned. I said I'm going to end in Rio, and this is it. So I still have one more shot.
Where are you based for your training right now?
Tucson, Arizona.